too late.
Get in!
There it is! Nefarious has already initiated the launch sequence. If that thing gets into space, Velden won't have a chance.
That's not gonna happen.
You again? You will pay for your insolence, you miserable rodent. You'll regret...
Sorry, Nefarious. Your flight's been canceled.
Lawrence! Lawrence? Lawrence!
How can I be of assistance?
Annihilate him!
Just kidding. You've reached my holographic voicemail. Leave your name and a brief message. Ta-ta!
Fine. I'll do it myself.
Alright, it's time to take out Dr. Nefarious. Now this was definitely the hardest boss and also the coolest boss in any of the 3 Ratchet and Clank games. So if you don't have full health, which I don't have quite yet, I think I actually get it in the middle of this boss fight, having 100 nanotech will help, as well as at least the 2nd or 3rd best armor. Most of his attacks are pretty easy to dodge. I mean, he himself isn't that hard. What's a little bit difficult is once you remove about a 1/4 of his health, he's gonna run away and you're gonna have to chase after him and deal with a ton of enemies in between that. Now this attack right here is probably his worst one. He'll throw up these bombs that are kind of hard to see, and then they'll land on the ground and they will send out shockwaves that will do quite a lot of damage to you. So you need to double jump to get over those, and you'll need to keep doing it until he stops throwing those bombs. That first bomb was pretty difficult to actually dodge because it's just sort of sudden, but after that it's pretty easy. Now I skipped over that cutscene because I forgot to watch it all, but since this is my 2nd or 3rd time fighting this guy, because he did take me a few tries. But if you want to watch that cutscene, then you can click on the all cutscenes video, which should be in the description down below. So before you continue on, pick up any health that's left over and any ammo that's left over, and you'll see ammo over here, but of course this guy's going to spawn. Now the problem with this boss is running out of ammo. So if you do find yourself running out of ammo, you'll want to get at least 300,000 bolts and then collect a PDA that you can get at Quark's secret base, which I did buy earlier. I don't think I recorded that though. That PDA costs 250,000 bolts, and it'll allow you to collect ammo pretty much anywhere, or allow you to buy ammo anywhere, but it'll be at a much higher cost. So basically, if ammo costs 100 to refill, then it'll cost 1,000 using the PDA, but with this final boss, that's just fine. Also, upgrading your rocket to level 5 is going to make Nefarious extremely easy when we finally get to attacking him. So for this part, he's going to stay up high and then shoot all these lasers at you, and they're easy to dodge if you kind of walk forward and walk to the side and never walk into them, because they'll be slightly slower than you are. To get him to stop doing that, you need to walk forward so you can activate the spawn of these next upcoming enemies, but you also want to make sure that you don't get hit by the people that are in the way already. And you will want to do your best to take out most of them, just because you don't want to be getting shot from behind. And then when you get to this part, all these guys are going to start shooting at you, and this is where I like to save the rocket, because it's a lot easier to deal with these if you can use explosive damage. And for these littler enemies, I use the Lancer and also whatever this gun, I forgot what this gun is called, but whatever this gun is I use, because it takes out kind of a lot of their damage or their health, and it's good to use ammo on other weapons other than the rocket, just because you're going to be using most of your money to refill the rocket once you actually get back to Nefarious. Now, once you get near the end of this place, then a couple of soldiers are going to spawn and help you defeat a few of the enemies, so that's really nice, but in my opinion, I kind of feel like they threw a few too many enemies at you, because this is the actual hard part with this boss fight. It's not Nefarious himself, it's all the stupid enemies you have to fight in between fighting Nefarious. So once you get to here, a couple of soldiers are going to spawn. I just hit 100 nanotech, so that's cool. And you won't really have to worry about the enemies anymore. You can help them out if you want, just don't use your rockets, and be sure to collect the ammo over here, and just so you can have as much as possible. Now for this next part, we will be fighting Nefarious all over again, but it'll all be on you, and I use the PDA to refill my ammo, and now you can pretty much use any of your weapons and just spam him with everything and try to take him down. So I pretty much just switch totally over to the rocket, and I just make sure to hit him as much as I can, and he's going to do this shockwave attack a lot more. He's going to send a lot of rockets at you a lot more, which we've seen a lot in the previous games. And he's just going to be a little bit meaner with all of his attacks in general. But they're pretty much going to be the same thing. So he's going to dash at you, he's going to do this weird gun thing. Just notice how he does like 15 or 20 damage of health with it, even with the second best armor. So he's still pretty brutal, and just keep aware of that. But again, hit him with the rockets, hit him with anything you have, use the PDA. He should go down pretty easily, and that'll be it for this boss fight and also this video game. Thank you for watching this walkthrough, and the next game I'll be doing is a dual playthrough with my brother of Ratchet and Clank Deadlocked.
Is this important, sir? It's almost time for my solo.
Begin the transformation!
I call it Base Odyssey.
Now, Lawrence!
If you insist.
engage the teleporter?
Would you care to specify a destination, sir?
Who cares? Just get us out of here. What? That wasn't even close to 60 seconds!
We're live from the star-studded premiere of the latest Hollow film in the Secret Agent Clank series. The atmosphere is positively electric as thousands of fanatical fans clamor for a glimpse of their favorite celebrities.
Agent Clank, it seems your luck has finally run out. The time has come to say goodbye. Your tricks won't do you any good this time, Agent Clank. I have been waiting for this moment a long time, and now I am going to blow you into a million pieces! Get this thing off me!
Well, he got that monkey off his back. Do not even think about it.
What do you mean we can't teleport to a planet?
I'm afraid we're well out of range, sir. Perhaps if you had bothered to specify a destination...
When will we be in range?
Oh, I'm sure something will come along in, say, 5 or 10,000 years.
Ah! I don't believe this! Now what?
I don't suppose you can play drums.